Hey guys, Jonathan was out here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How is it going? I am here to preview the action for week 4 in the 2015 NFL season. In this video, we are going to take a look at the Monday Night Football matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. The Detroit Lions coming into this game still looking for the first win. They're 0-3 on the year and 0-2 on the road. The Seattle Seahawks are 1-2 and are 1-0 at home. They played their first home game last week against the Bears and shut the Bears out for the first time in a long time. Now, two big things. Okay, Cam Chancellor back for Seattle obviously helps. That's huge for that Seattle defense. It was huge last week. Jimmy Graham is huge. They rediscovered him last week. He played pretty well. Now, will it carry over into this week? I don't know. The system, and I've heard a little bit of this, but not as much as I thought. The system does not favor a tight end. The Seahawks system does not favor Jimmy Graham, which is part of the reason he's been so quiet. And you've got Marshawn Lynch, who is not healthy and really hasn't run all that well this year so far. Anyway, the Detroit Lions defense has been just awful. And that is going to make Russell Wilson smile because whether they have a healthy Marshawn Lynch or not, that ball is going to get spread around and the Seahawks are going to put up some points. They don't lose a lot in Seattle, and I hate to break. I'm going to break my pick to you right now. They're not losing the Seattle in Seattle against the Lions on Monday Night Football. Now, like I said, we don't know about Marshawn Lynch, but I think they could probably do things without him. Um, he didn't play much last week, and I know that Chicago is a bit different than Detroit. Detroit's a little better, I think, but still the defense is bad, and I think that the Seahawks offense, people like Doug Baldwin and Russell Wilson, are going to be able to expose that. Uh, One of the biggest things with Detroit being 0-3, they're allowing 27, almost 28 points a game, almost 400 yards a game, um, and are 0-4 for the first time, or are 0-3. They could be 0-4 after Monday night for the first time since 2010. Now, here's my thing. I think it is time for a coaching change in Detroit. And I said it in one of my earlier videos when I was previewing the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packer game. Jim Tomsula. The players just don't seem to be really buying it. And I think the same thing goes for Jim Caldwell in Detroit. I don't think there's a lot of people buying Caldwell. Seattle is going to be fine. I know a lot of people panicked about Seattle. I didn't panic about Seattle. They're going to be fine. You knew, especially if they got Cam Chancellor back, which now they did, they're going to be just fine defensively. I can see Cam Chancellor picking Stafford off a couple times. That defense is going to rattle Stafford. Stafford has been whipped around all year long. He's sore. He's already really beat up after 3 games. I don't think this game is pretty. I think Seattle is going to dominate Detroit by double digits. I've got the Seahawks getting the win. We went 10-6 in week 1, had a unusual 4-12 in week 2. We don't do that very often. Week 3 last week, we bounced back nicely with a 13-3. We are 0-1 in the week this week after a good Thursday night football game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. We had the Steelers getting the win. They lost by a field goal in overtime. So with all that I just mentioned, our record this year is still above 500 after the 13-3 last week. 26-23 on the year, 793, 468, and 3 lifetime. Obviously, we'd like to get the record a little bit more above 500 after this week, clearly. So hopefully we can do that. And that is going to do it for me and for all the recaps here for week 4. So go ahead and check them out. They will all be up after this one. This is going to be uploaded last. So when you see this, everything is already going to be up for you. So go ahead and check that stuff out if you're interested in any other games, and don't forget to like the Jam Sports Show page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Links, as always, are down in the description. That is going to do it for me. I am Jonathan was up for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. This has been a preview for Monday Night Football and the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks for Week 4 in the 2015 NFL season. And I will see you guys later.